Hey everybody, I hope it started recording. It's Phoenix Roost, back in action. Me, Adam,
Me,
and
Matt,
my co-host Matt.
co-partner.
Um, I was gonna say Dom partner, but it's a little early
Right.
in the night for that.
Right. We'll ease on into that. We'll slip into that like a used glove.
Right. Like the used glove that I had to use to carry 2020 into the trash because of how bad of
Yeah.
a year it's been.
Just go ahead and wipe that one on from the memory. But we're recording it, so also burn it into everybody's
Well,
brain.
some cool things happened in 2020.
It's true. It's true.
Um, uh, I guess some games came out.
Yeah, a few did. A few did. I think
Oh,
three.
and just we're just playing Risk of Rain 2 in the background. There might be a lot of standing around because we're mostly going to be talking.
Right. Or mostly
This is just background noise.
just something to put you guys in the mood.
Right, because hey, something about Risk of Rain 2 there might be a spoiler about it. I don't know.
Yeah, might be a little spoily spoil
Yeah,
later
we'll
on
find
the
out
line. Yeah.
if you stick around or skip ahead, whatever.
Yeah,
Unless
but
you're
don't do
watching the
that. Just
stream.
watch it completely
Yeah,
through. And then subscribe and watch
absolutely.
all the rest of our content between the two of us tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, we're gonna just walk through the year of 2020, at least in terms of gaming, because we don't really want to talk about the real stuff. And some
Yeah.
stuff went down that we'll end up having to talk about a little bit anyway.
It's true. That is true.
So we're just gonna break down month by month, and at the end talk about our favorite games. You'll find out our, in no particular order, top 5 favorite games of the year each.
Yeah, we're not in
And
orderly sort, so that's where we're at with
well, it's
that.
kind of hard. They're
Yeah.
pretty different. Like the games on that
It's true.
list, it's pretty difficult to rank. We'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah.
But and yeah, we might mention some other stuff. We're not sure. It's kind of off the cuff.
Yeah. We've been off the cup for a while. We're going to continue
Yeah,
that
we've
tonight.
literally
So.
been off the radar and now off the cuff
Right.
as well. Well, I guess you've still been streaming a bit, but
Yeah.
not me. So,
It's okay. It's okay.
so yeah, you want to just start with January, man?
Yep, let's hit her. Let's start up January.
Alright, first off, okay, looking at this list I've got that we've curated, because what we did was go through the list in gaming, and then we listed anything that we played, especially, or that we know
Interested.
something about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might be interested, it might be like, hey,
Disgust.
looking at this. But just, looking at this list, did you even play any of these games?
Bop. Nope, nothing in January.
What
Not a
in
single one.
January here that is listed, do you have anything to say about?
Okay, so I will say that I am hyper interested in Yakuza Like a Dragon. I just never got around to it. It's like the entire Yakuza series, though, is just something I'm very interested in and just have not gotten around to. Because that's just how I am.
No, that's intimidating. There's a lot of big series that I'm like,
Yeah.
Yakuza being one of them. I've played the Kiwami and a bit of Like a Dragon, but no, I totally understand. Just like, oh, I want to play this series of 8 games with 5 spin-offs.
Yep. Yeah, I think I did. I bought Koimi, and I have, I think, Koimi 2 as well. And then I think I got maybe 4 or something through PSN.
I think we got 5 on PS3.
Then that's the one. But yeah,
Yeah.
I just have not dug on into it, and like you said, it seems just kind of
You can
intimidating.
totally jump into Like a Dragon completely separate. It is an RPG spin-off. It's set in the world and there's references, but it stars like a different main character and everything. Like it is.
Well, that makes me feel bad. 'Cause that is one of the reasons I was kind of more interested in this one than like the last one that came out, I guess, was because of that. It made me feel like less like, oh, I'm gonna miss like out on a bunch in like stuff. I'll actually be able to go into this one. And I heard that it was a like a different style of game too. It's like an RPG, right?
Yeah, straight up turn-based RPG. They do have a cool mechanic where, like, so say you're against, like, 3 gangsters, and they're just, like, on the street where you found them, right? Like, that's where you're fighting. So they might be, like, some behind the others. So instead of just, like, I want to fight that gangster, you have to, like, this guy's in front of him. So if I attack the guy behind him, the guy in front of him is going to clothesline me on my way over. So, it, like,
Oh, that's
it's not
cool.
much, but it's just, like, a cool... They add some, like, cool little things like that. And the class system, instead of being based on, like, warrior, monk, priest, it's, like, computer guy, hobo, janitor.
I gotcha.
Like...
Is it still like you still explore though around the world? Like, is it still big open world area?
I don't know, man. I admittedly I'm only like 4 hours in, and it is a long fucking tutorial. Let me tell you.
Gotcha.
It is it's like a movie. There's some gameplay and the battles are fun, but like the action so far has been very Final Fantasy 13.
Gotcha.
Like, here's a story bit. It's really entertaining. I enjoy the character. I enjoy the storytelling. And, like, the over-the-top action, because they just love the over-the-top action. And the main character's a moron. He, like, references, like, I fight like that, like, bro, how come you're always getting beat up in fights? Like, man, I just, want to be a hero, like in that old game Dragon Quest, you know? Like, a hero stands his ground and lets the opponent, like, you know, get his, like, strike in. Like, I'm just like, what are you even talking about? It's very cute like that. But that's pretty much all I have to say about Like a Dragon. It's a very cool RPG. I hope it opens up more. I think it will. Right now I'm in the throes of learning how to master being a hobo, because you end up losing it all as you do in all the Yakuza games, and in this one you just... a hobo saves you, so...
Gotcha.
Yeah. So is there any other games that came out in January that you wanted to talk about? Because most of them, for me, it's just a little tidbit, so we just kind of wrap it up.
Really, I think the only other one that looked like I knew anything, like a lot more about was, well, not a lot more, but the only, I guess, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot looked funnish. Like, it seems like another just rehash, though. And I think my hesitation on that one was I played a lot of DBZ games, and it seems like it's just, it's hard to get into a game that's just like, well, here's Namek again, here's the Saiyan Saga, here's Cell, here's Boo. Like, I know what's gonna happen, like, bit for bit, and so it's like, okay. Like, the mechanics, I'm sure, are different and fun and everything, but like, it's a game that I was like, yeah, I bet that would be fun. And then just, I'm not gonna spend $60 on it, though, because it's DBZ story again.
Bro, okay, so real quick, have you ever seen Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, a bunch. I've seen a lot.
Yeah, you see, like, would you say you're at least vaguely familiar with Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, I would.
Like, you have like a
semi-knowledge about it.
Like a little bit of like a slight...
Yeah. There's like a dude, his name's like Gyoku, right? Or something like that? Deku, is it?
It's
Timothy?
Geico is how it's pronounced. Geico and... Vegeta.
Yeah, good old Jeter.
Yeah. So there you go, Mike.
Yeah, good job, Mike.
A little bit with the little bit of Yoda reference there.
Yeah.
That's totally lost on normal humans. Anyway,
everybody else.
Yeah, no, it sucks because it's just Dragon Ball Z. The DLC isn't even like the super arcs. It's just like weird they meet Beerus and train with Beerus, but it's not the story of when they met Beerus. But like the main game is just a bunch of random like DBZ stuff, and like it's not fun. The flying around is awkward. It's just like a standard as fuck anime 3D beat 'em up, which I personally am for. But in between those matches that I hate and suck at, you run around Dragon Ball World, and you run around like the Dragon Ball City, and it's not well done. There's just NPCs standing around some buildings that are stores, or like, hey, my dog's missing, can you find my dog? And then you find the dog 4 streets over and bring the dog back.
Oh, this sounds kind of like Jumpstar Plus, but just with DBZ characters.
You know what I was going to say it sounds like? Mortal Kombat Deception. It is Mortal Kombat Deception.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I'm super familiar with that.
Yeah, it is very similar to that, where it's just like...
Except I care less about the story, because I already know it. Like, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay.
So, for me, I really enjoy seeing the sights, but... no thanks.
It confused me that they didn't go the Super route, because Super hasn't been done, like, a ton. Like, I know that it's still, like, some of it's coming out, but there's enough arcs, I feel like, that they could have done, like, something with that, instead of just go the same DBZ route. Like, they could have just gone DBZ Super and, like, actually made something that people haven't, like, seen a billion times now.
Yeah. So I got that idiot hyped where I just, like, last minute was just like, fuck, I do want to be Goku, and I bought it, and I hella regret it. I got to the Vegeta fight, I, like, don't enjoy the gameplay style, so when I lost twice in a row against him, I was just like, I don't care, I'm done. So I just, like, dropped off the fucking game, so I regret getting it. But I did enjoy flying around Dragon Ball Z World, seeing little, like, just the background guy, like, the dog men, just, like, hanging out in the city in the background sometimes, like, they're there, it's cool. And
Yeah.
I do like Akira Toriyama's art style, so seeing that come to life well is nice. Fighters does it better, and, like, nothing will ever top Fighters in terms of, like, Dragon Ball Z things. But in regards to what you were saying, why the fuck don't they just do what ifs nonstop? Just nonstop what ifs.
Yeah. Dude, well, that's the thing is they could do that baseline, like, real fast. Boom, Saiyan, Namek, like, you know, Boo, all that, and then just a ton of what ifs. They did that well in Budokai 3. There was like a whole chapter of just a bunch of what if things, and that was my favorite part of that whole thing. Was just like, oh wow, what if this happened? Oh wow, what?
Budokai 2, you said, right?
Budokai 3. That's the one I have the most familiarity with. Yeah.
Okay, I played 2 or 3. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, I had the Wii version.
That was my favorite part. I had the PS2, but I don't know. But yeah, I just don't know. They could have still had, like, you beat Vegeta, and then after you beat Vegeta, it's just like, what if this? What if that?
Right.
You know, instead of...
what if Vegeta had beaten Goku? Like, and then just go off of that, like, you know, what if the Saiyans had taken over Earth?
Shit,
like,
dude, that would have been a very easy one to do. Just do, like, a Vegeta 1, like, Vegeta 1, but Cell shows up, like... They totally could have done something like that. Or, like, Vegeta just lets, like, Frieza kill Namek and then, like, ends up saving Earth for whatever fucking reason.
Right.
Maybe Bulma. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, and that's way more talk about Kakarot than I thought I would ever do, because I don't care about that game.
Yeah, yep.
But there's a lot to say about bad DBZ games, man. It's like something else that'll come up later, Marvel games.
For sure.
Where it's just, like, wasted fucking potential.
Yep.
The only other things on here, really, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Fire Emblem Encore. I've heard that's, like, a great RPG that just mixes, like, weird idolized versions of Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei characters on top of idols.
Yep.
Like, Japanese idol pop stars in an RPG setting. And I've heard from a lot of people it's excellent, but I've
heard the same thing. I got my entire Wii U collection.
right?
Yeah, I was gonna say I got the whole Wii U collection of games I want. So that's my first system I've done that with, where I'm just like, I feel that complete now. And yeah, I picked that one up, and so I'm not going to be getting Encore because I haven't even touched the one on Wii U, and I don't think that it's going to add enough where I'm going to be like, yeah.
I think it adds characters, like, just it's fine. Maybe even not even that. I'm not sure.
I remember thinking it was super weird, and I'm down just to mess with that just because of how weird that sounds to me. But yeah, I know a lot of people love it.
Yeah. Journey to the Savage Planet was like a short little co-op exploration game. It's like a cheap little indie thing. I haven't played it yet, but one of my friends was telling me what an excellent experience it was, and that he would play it again with me if I picked it up.
Yeah, I've heard
which I will probably do.
Good things about that as well. I always get it confused with the other one that's kind of like a little exploration-y game. I think it came around the
Outer Wilds.
Yeah, Outer Wilds. Yep, I get those two switched up in my brain.
Yeah, Outer Wilds, Outer World, Savage Planet. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, those three are messed up for me. But yeah, it's the one that I've been wanting to like just kind of check out, but still haven't pulled the trigger on because of the pricing.
Oh, that's good to know, man. Yeah, that and A Way Out are on my short list of like, get them cheap enough and I'll buy them and force Matt to get them.
Yeah, no, I'd be. That's another game that I'm in the same boat with, honestly.
I know.
Just so you know.
I know.
Yeah, like, yeah.
And then finally, I just wanted to talk a little bit of shit about Blizzard, because Warcraft 3 Reforged was supposed to be this, like, all-out, total remake, remastering of the original Warcraft 3, like, cutscenes redone, added in, expanded on. It didn't. They just ported the game poorly and, like, made it look bad, and it looked worse than, like, the pre-release images, and, like, there was footage of, like, new movies that didn't make it into the game, and yeah, like, people just got hella refunds on it, and just, it sucked because I didn't play Warcraft 3, I played Warcraft 2 and StarCraft 1 a lot, and I wanted to play Warcraft 3, but just never have, so I was like, oh, maybe this will be a good jumping on point. Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten into the Warcraft series. I did play a good grip load of StarCraft 2 like back in the day with a
Yeah, I never played that one. I know you got big into that. Like, wasn't that around the time you were doing, like, Galactic Civilizations or whatever, too?
Yes, yeah.
That was another one I wanted to get into. That was, like, the big as fuck 4X ones, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I would really like to get into those strategy games, but I'm just a coward.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty massive. I mean, I'd be down just to
I have the
maybe
time for it right now, but
yeah, I'd be down to screw around in a match with you at some point. Like, I mean, sit down and mess around with it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But that's about it for January. I don't know of anything else that happened, except for we all thought it was going to be safe.
Yeah, we did. We were blissfully unaware of how this was all going to go.
We still thought everything was going to be normal.
Yep.
Just want to point that out.
That takes us into February. Yeah.
There's just 3 games here. Again, I don't know if you played any of these.
Nope. And I have not touched any of these 3.
And there wasn't any others that you saw that came out in February you gave a shit about?
Nope. This year started off really not hardcore for me. I was like, alright.
Yeah, I get that. So Darksiders Genesis, I know that's a series that you haven't really gotten into.
Same deal, where I'm just like, it's a lot now. But yeah.
Yeah, it's not that much. They're pretty short games, but I mean, they are like full-on action games, but you know, it's like 15, 20 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally get just being apprehensive about it. But they're pretty good. I've only played 1 and 2, and now Genesis. Genesis just like it's like instead of like a third-person action game with kinda a little bit of Zelda elements, or a Dark Souls kind of game like the third one was for whatever reason. Darksiders Genesis is kind of a Diablo clone, but not. You don't find loot. It's still like you find a chest, and that chest will have this treasure in it type deal. Like,
yeah, you said that one was multiplayer too, right? This one.
Yeah, it's a co-op game. You play as Darksiders. You play as the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and this one you get to play as War, and for the first time, Strife, who's not a Horseman of the Apocalypse.
I was gonna say, never have heard that version as one.
But okay. Famine, Death, and War, but I don't know about Strife. But you know,
sure. Let's make up some, I guess.
There's also Fury, so.
Okay.
It's not like Christian though, so I think they just literally took like you're the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse in this like demonic realm, but it's not like Judeo-Christian.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fun little co-op action game. It's just a weird little game. Another one's Hunt Down. That's a not Hunt Down. I'm sorry, Hunt Showdown. Hunt Down.
I was just about to say
game. That looks fun.
Don't see Hunt
that
Down
I haven't played. Hunt Showdown, it's basically you're in the swamps of like middle America, and there's a big creepy monster and weird cultist people, and you are on a team with people, and there's other teams of people, and it's killing season, so you want that bounty, and you either go kill the monster to get the bounty and then escape the level, but as soon as you do, all the other teams know where you are, and they're hunting you down to get that bounty.
So is the monster like a literal monster, or is it like an animal kind of thing? Like, you know?
Yeah, it's like a weird, there's a bunch of them. I've only scratched the surface of this game because I'm trying to get people to pick it up with me. But yeah, it's just like a creepy, like, Diablo style, like, butcher. PS4, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I might be down to pick that up.
But yeah, it's like teams of 3. There's like 4 or 5 of them, and yeah, you just explore this big map, and you're trying to find clues to find where the monster is. So, but you can either do that or just try to prey on the other teams and wait for them to get the monster and then take them out.
Dang. Yeah, that sounds pretty fun to me. That sounds like not that it's the same exact game, but like it sounds akin to kind of like a Dead by Daylight, but more like competitive, like with team-wise competitive.
Yeah, kinda. There's a game called Battle for Tarkov that it's based off of, and it's the same thing where like teams go out and do a big map, and it's PvE but also PvP at the same time, and you have to secure items and stuff out in the world, and if you die, you lose those items. Then you have to so like you're gathering stuff and trying to leave the level with your stuff. Sometimes it's
Oh
best to just
shit!
be
It's like
I got a
Vigor
cool
then.
gun.
It's kind of like Vigor. I
Oh,
got
you played
now.
Vigor? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly like Vigor. Because David was
Okay.
telling me to play Vigor.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I'm okay. Now I see what. Now I'm picking up what you're putting down. Got you.
Yeah. Did you like Vigor? Is that good?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I had a good time with it. I haven't played a lot of it. I scratched, like you said, I kind of scratched the surface of Vigor. But yeah, I had a good time with it.
David said he's been playing it, so I downloaded it to try it out with him. So we could play that if you want to, but Hunt Showdown's really fun, and I think it's on sale till the 19th, like every fucking thing else is.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And then lastly, Dragon Quest of the Stars.
Yeah, what is this?
Okay, so I love Dragon Quest. It's one of my favorite game series of all time. It's just a very simple JRPG that it doesn't really mix things up too much, which I wish it kind of did a little bit more sometimes, but it's fine, and I love it. This is just a phone game, and it's just it is a full RPG technically, but like it's just on a phone, and you have like enough energy to do like your missions a day, and then the missions is just you don't explore a dungeon, you just like I go to the dungeon. This dungeon is going to consist of 4 JRPG battles. And then you just fight. It's just a fucking phone game, and it just bummed me out. But a lot of people do like it, and it, I think, has brought some people into the series, which I'm grateful for.
Can't hate on it for that, yeah.
I just dislike it. But if it's helping growing brand awareness for a series that doesn't get enough of it, in my opinion, it's fine. We also have a special segment. February. You know, the month of love.
Yeah, the month of love.
So, to celebrate, Steve Urkel came back.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, you want to tell us about Steve Urkel's return?
Yeah, so Steve Urkel came back, and he partnered
Is it really Steve
up...
Urkel?
No, I wish it was. That would have been way better.
I really
Not
did.
sure
I
who
haven't
it
seen
is.
the movie.
Yeah. So
Just some
Steve
guy.
Urkel came back as this little blue hedgehog who looked horrible and then got fixed and looked way better after getting fixed. Yeah.
Neutered and spayed.
Yeah. But yeah, he's in this little movie that plays this. I don't really know who he plays alongside, but this dude is played in the Woody Woodpecker movie and this other Easter Bunny movie.
James Marsden. He's Cyclops.
Yeah, the Cyclops, yeah. I don't know why Cyclops loves these type of movies, but he's been in 3 of them now, as far as I'm aware. And
you want to know the deal with James Marsden?
What's up? Hit me with it.
He could be top billing, but he's not top billing. So that's why he becomes top billing in Sonic the Hedgehog. Because he's never going to be Captain America.
So in this Sonic movie, Sonic comes from the video game world into the real world because he's chased around by these guys that kill his dad, who's an owl.
There's an owl there. So how is that the video game world?
Yeah, well, that's the
like
video game
fake
world. The fake
like
world,
fake...
right? But yeah, that's his owl dad. That's his dad. He's an owl. But his dad dies, and then he gets sent into this world.
My owl dad helped me through a lot of hard times. So
he causes all kinds of wacky hijinks for Cyclops, and then Cyclops and him decide to team up because Jim Carrey. Battle Jim Carrey pops on in and decides that he's gonna take over the world via Sonic power.
Real quick, if we could have gotten old school fat Drew Carey, I would have loved that.
That would have been pretty good.
Like, the new creepy... Can we, real quick tangent? He's creepy now, right? Like,
Oh,
I'm glad he's
so
healthier,
creepy,
but, like,
so
it just looks
creepy
wrong.
looking. It looks bad on
It
him.
looks like he made a deal with the devil, and the devil just, like, sucked some of his essence out, and he, like, flattened.
Yep.
Anyway.
No, that's you're right. Yeah, the sad part about this is Jim Carrey does not look good for the role, but he is the best part of that entire movie. Like, he does it well. Like, he hams it up to the point where, like, just like, I don't know, it makes it entertaining.
It's kind of a return to, like, form for him, because he hasn't really been doing that, like, over-the-top wacky shit nearly as much as he used to.
No, he really hasn't. It is kind of a return to form for him. Some people really love that. I don't normally. There's a few movies where I'm okay with it and for that, but...
It's just oversaturated.
Yeah,
if he'd
this is one of them.
Instead
like,
of doing so many in a row...
Yeah, and this movie falls in that weird space of, it's not terrible. It's basically nothing. Nobody's going to remember this thing as anything, really, I don't believe. It's not, like, super great. It's not super terrible. It's not really memorable. Like, not a lot happens in it where you're just like, oh, wow, that was really cool. Sonic does the Quicksilver thing a few times where they freeze everything and have him dance around and, like, you know, move the bullets around and move missiles around. It looks as good as it did when Quicksilver did it.
Okay, so that's pretty good then.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, that stuff happens, and Robotnik gets sent off to a different world, because it's all about dimension hopping, because the rings that you collect, those rings are actually portals to other dimensions. That's why he needs the ring.
Yeah. That's, they fucked around a little bit with that way back in, like, the day. In
way back,
first cartoon.
Even in the video games, like kind of. Sometimes you run through the rings and you put you in a new level.
Yeah, level in the third one. Yeah, that was the secret stage door.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, they do a little bit around with it, but yeah, it was whatever. It will not be remembered, I don't believe, as anything but.
What is there to fucking remember?
Right.
James Marsden. I love the guy, but
Cyclops.
Like, he's fucking James Marsden. You're straight up like the guy, you know. Peter Cottontail Man, you know.
Yeah, Peter Cottontail Man, yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't he in that?
He was, I think. Yeah.
Or like some Easter fucking movie?
Easter Bunny, yeah. Alongside that one British comedian that, like, it's really loud. He's in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I forgot his name, too.
Yeah, the really shitty guy who's just like a fucking moron.
Who's really up his own ass, yeah.
Yeah, Jack Russell? No.
Yeah, that's what it is. That is Russell Brand. Russell Brand.
Yeah, that guy. He sucks.
That guy. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's February.
Yep.
Russell Brand sucks.
He does. Dude, Russell Brand, weirdly enough, so I saw, the first time I ever had experience with him was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And so I was like, oh dude, this guy's pretty funny. And then I watched one of his stand-ups.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, this guy is up his own ass so far. It's actually ridiculous. Okay. Like...
Yeah, and like in recent years, he's proven to be kind of a fucking dumbass who like just shoves his own foot in his mouth. He's one of those guys who's not like too well versed in stuff and tries to like tell feminists out of feminism.
Right.
And that's generally not a great idea. Like even if you are really on top of what you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah,
that segues nicely into March. Yeah.
Yeah, March right into March.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't have much to say about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX other than like
I wanted to get it and I didn't. Like, yeah, I wanted to pick it up.
I'm so mixed. I don't even like give a fuck about the game in general. I beat it on DS way back in the day. It's fine. I don't ever want to play that one again. The new art style looks okay. It's fine.
It was weird to me that they opted to do this instead of just make another Mystery Dungeon game, because I feel like those games wouldn't be hard to just make like another one real quick, just like a boom.
No.
Kind of the same thing with New Super Mario Bros. Where they ported it over, and I was like, why? Is it really that hard to make Switch, just a Super Mario Bros. Switch? Like, doesn't seem like it. So I'm confused as to why we're doing this. This seems like the laziest option for a series of games that is just kind of like, not like super in-depth. Like, I don't know.
That is a beautiful bridge you just constructed for me, where you said, yeah, just it's so lazy what they do, and I feel that way about the whole DX shenanigan thing. I want to be excited for the DX games, but it's just like
lazy.
with Bowser
It's
Fury coming
so
out,
lazy.
it sounds
Yeah,
like it's not going to be much.
it does, dude. An hour or two.
Deluxe,
Yeah. If they did it with Pokemon Tekken.
Yeah,
dude.
Mario Kart Deluxe just fixed battle mode.
Yeah,
which
just
I personally didn't care about.
I mean, I did play a bit of the battle mode in that one just because I was like, I have to since it's the only extra content. And I am happier that that's what it was. But the thing is that they should have just done that in the beginning. And like fixing a thing doesn't make it DX. It just means you like fixed a problem with your game. Like that doesn't cause for another $60. Like
no.
Like,
well, and it's just it's a double-sided sword. I get it. This portal was open, so I just went through it. I don't know if you wanted to come here.
Oh, I just was paying newt coins, like just buying newts to try to get the little trophy trove. Yeah.
But like, so it especially fucks us over because we were there through the whole Wii U thing, and like you said, you completed your Wii U collection.
Yep. Dude, the worst part was the last final game for my Wii U collection was Pokken Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked it up immediately after they launched Pokken Tournament DX. I was just like, are you shitting me right now? Like,
and that just added the bird, the Sidgui, right?
Yeah, and then they added DLC to the game.
There's DLC. I'm gonna have to check that fucking shit out. Oh my god.
There's DLC for it now, and so there's like a couple packs of DLC for the DX.
Yeah, didn't they add like Blastoise or something?
Yep.
Oh god. Yeah, Nintendo, like, it sucks because you're in a place where if I say get your shit together, they just look at their bank and laugh at me.
Yeah, they just literally roll their eyes and they're like, where are you at,
please get
homie?
your shit together, man. Just, fucking please.
Yep.
Like, I will give you $60 every, like, couple months for a new game if it's, like, something, man.
Dude, yeah. No, the other thing that was brought up that I actually thought was great, this is for Bowser's Fury, but why didn't they add just another character to run through the main game as? They did it with all the other DX versions of the bullshit Mario games. Like, they added some, like, and Donkey Kong, like, all of those. They added, like, a guy.
To the base game.
Yeah, to the base game. Why? Why not? Like, at least there'd be an extra incentive for people to, like, actually, play back through it. Like, oh, okay.
No, yeah, that's a good point. Initially, when I saw Bowser Jr., I thought they were adding him as that. Yeah. So that's some of my excitement, which wasn't even really. It was one of those things where I was like, "Oh, cool, playable Bowser Jr."
Yep.
Hey, I'll give that a shot. It wasn't even like, "Oh, Bowser fucking Jr." Yeah!
Right. That makes the game for me. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Even like Funky Kong was that way for me, where I'm like, "This is a mistake," but like, hell, yeah, Funky Kong. Like they ruined him and made him so I don't want to play as him because he's just no challenge mode. But
right.
Like, I'm excited about Funky Kong showing up, at least. I didn't pick up the Switch version. I got that on Wii U. I can't justify it.
Yeah. I picked it up on the... Well, I didn't pick it up on the Switch. My son got it for his birthday, so I'm going to play as Funky Kong. Just run through it as Funky Kong at some point, just get to do that.
Yeah. Do co-op with him and play as Funky Kong and just mock him the whole time?
Just mock him the entire time, yeah.
Just be like, why can't you be good like me?
Yeah, wish you could just be better. No, it sucks. He got a new Super Mario Bros. 2 as well, the deluxe version of it. And the kid just plays as Nabbit. He found out Nabbit is just like Nabbit. Yeah. And like, he just like, oh, I found the best character in the game, and so he's just gone with that. And I'm just like,
he doesn't. He's not like learning.
No, I think he just doesn't like the game because he's like, this game's too easy. And I'm like, pick a different character.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just like, why would I pick a better character if he's the best? And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's kid logic. I understand that.
Yep.
Like it was a bad decision. We knew that when we were playing it, but we knew how to fix the problem, which was just play Mario Luigi.
Right.
Which was fine. I think New Super Mario Bros. 2 was my favorite of the New Super Mario games.
Yeah.
The DS, the 3DS one?
Yeah, you know what I would say? I actually think that the DS ones, I was going to say, I think I like both DS ones a lot. Like, I had real good feelings about 1, because it was just the first time they had done it, and brought back like the 2D, good. And I was like, yeah, this feels good. And then 2 was a better refinement on that, and then after that I felt like there was no refinement. It was just pumping out bullshit, like...
Well, 2 is the one where it was just about coins. Like,
Yeah, it was just coins and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. I honestly really like that, where it's like they never focus on coins, even though they didn't do much with it. Like,
No, I feel like they could make a Wario Bros game in the vein of that kind of style of thing super awesomely. I think that would fit real nicely into Wario Bros.
yeah. But just as like this is more of like a talking shop here, viewers. Thanks for tuning into this little secrets here. But like, this is why we gotta like really just be careful, because holy fuck, dude. We're talking about which is our favorite New Super Mario Bros.
Oh, I'm aware. I was aware when it went off track, and then we were just having a good conversation, so I just kept going with
totally.
it.
Yeah, me too, man. It really sucks, because I like that. But that'd be good for, like, Patreon stuff.
Yeah, some extra Patreon bonus stuff, yeah.
Yeah, just like, here's all the tangents, and it's longer.
Yeah, way longer. Yeah, added.
Much longer. It's disgustingly longer.
Yeah.
But Ori and the Will-O-Wisp. Have you ever played any of the Ori games?
Nope, I have not. They look really cool, and I've been interested to play them. But yeah, nothing in them.
I played the first, and it was beautiful, but it was just another Metroidvania, and I'm kind of tired of Metroidvania.
Burnt out on them a bit, yeah.
They just don't do it. I did play Bloodstained, and Bloodstained was excellent, but...
That's good to know. That's good to know.
That was last year, so... That was 2019, so fuck it. Piece of shit. Get out of here. Old-ass game.
It doesn't matter. Thing does not matter.
It's trash. Did you play Neo 2?
No, I did play Neo 1 a bit, though, so I'm assuming that it's pretty similar to that. Are there any changes up from the... Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't play it.
Gotcha. Yeah,
It's good.
I mean, it's a Dark Souls-y, clone-ish kind of game, I'm sure, so, like, I mean, one felt that way, like... But, yeah, I want to pick it up.
Down the road.
Down the road.
So this next one I picked more for, like, what it represents, more so than the game itself. Exit the Gungeon is one of, like, the Apple Arcade games that they've been releasing, which is just, like, a weird, like, phone service, but, like, they're getting, like, some kind of interesting games, like Exit the Gungeon, which is the sequel to Enter the Gungeon, where you're making your way out, and it's like a roguelike shooter.
Clever boys, clever name.
Oh, yeah. It's also got some, like, there's like a weird tactical game that's not very good on Switch, Dreadnautical. It's made by the Zen Pinball guys, actually.
Weird.
But it's not very good on Switch, but, like, on Apple Arcade for, like, $5. It's pretty good time, apparently. It's just a very simple, like, Lovecraftian, like, strategy game. But yeah, just, I haven't touched Apple Arcade at all, or really give a shit about any kind of mobile gaming to any real degree, but it's definitely like a predominant force in the industry that you can't really ignore, especially at this point. Like, I know
the money made there is just like they'll never,
and, like, it's so easy to just be like, oh, I don't need this much integrity when I could have that much money,
right?
And I get that under capitalism. Like, yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if you had any thoughts on Apple Arcade or anything, but I just
yeah, I mean, I've
really
checked out a little bit on the Apple Arcade, and there's like different like there's like some kind of like Google thing too that they've got going, and like the Stadia, yeah, and all of that, and yeah, I mean, I'm not have a super interest in mobile games. I mean, I do play some right now. I'm playing Dragon Quest on the mobile, so it doesn't really like. Yeah, it's semi, I guess. It's just more that I bought it for cheap, and like, yeah, wanted to play Dragon Quest 1, so let's do it.
It's a good time.
Yeah, but yeah, I've never really gotten super into mobile games, like, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I play them on and off sometimes. Right.
Just to be clear, though, the Stadia is not a mobile system; it's just a streaming. Like, yeah. So the Apple Arcade is literally just like a mobile. It's like a Game Pass, I think, where you like pay for Apple Arcade and then you get access to all these like games, and they're like actual games. Like, that's what I find interesting about it. It's not just like shovelware garbage. I'm sure some of it is, but.
Well, yeah. So I think that's what I was talking about. The Google Play Store's got something like that now too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you.
My bad,
yeah, you subscribe to something. I thought maybe it was just called that as well. Maybe it's not. What's it called?
I know that there is a subscription service for Stadia, but yeah, it's
yeah,
not.
and so yeah, then it gives you access to a bunch of like games for free, basically, and they're premium title like stuff. Yeah. I almost pulled the trigger on it once. Yeah, I almost did it once because I was like, maybe, but then I was just like, I don't really like. I don't know, maybe later. Like
it's like PlayStation Now, where I'm like, there's some stuff in here. There's a little bit of stuff here. Maybe I could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could not. It's not gonna affect me. Like,
yeah. Definitely not anything I would get long term. It would be a sporadic every once in a while.
Yeah.
Really just like, oh, this looks like a very interesting time. Like, maybe I'll check this out. Anyway, we'll skip that for now. Alongside Doom Eternal, more excitingly, I'd argue, Doom 64 got ported.
I know, I actually picked it up, because I was super excited.
Do you know the deal with this? Like, what is so different about Doom 64?
I don't know the deal with it. I do know that it's in 3D, like complete 3D, which is really cool. I do want to say that it actually is a main series entry into the Doom, like lore before Doom 2016 kind of like wrecked that up a bit.
Rebooted anyway.
Yeah, but like it is actually like the next like one in the series as far as I like looked into it a little bit, and apparently it is story wise like the next in the series after Doom 2 is 64.
Huh. I always thought it was just like a retelling of Doom 1 with like maybe some different levels. Like it was the same game. Like it was still Doom, but just like it was like Evil Dead 2 to
right.
Evil
No,
Dead 1,
yeah. As far as I maybe I'm getting this wrong now. Somebody, if anybody ever watched this, can just hit me up with that. But I'm pretty sure, when I looked into it, that people were just like
Matt Clark.
Yeah. Find me.
Matt Clark, Big Balla at yahoo.com.
Right. That's it. That's the one.
If you could email him in regards to this issue.
How wrong I am, be perfectly great.
Or how right he is.
Yeah.
If you could validate the poor fuck.
Yeah, for once, that'd be great.
For just like 1 fucking minute.
Yeah.
God damn it, people. You're breaking his heart.
But yeah.
Check out our Patreon.
Yep, yeah, check it out.
But yeah, alongside that, Doom Eternal came out, which I didn't play because I still haven't beat Doom 2016. But it looks really good, and when I beat Doom 2016, I'll be picking up Eternal.
Yeah, it's one of them that
that slipped away.
That's the same with me. It slipped away. I actually did beat Doom 2016. I just didn't pick this one up because I was busy with a different game this month. But yeah, I did really want to badly pick it up. It looks like a good time. Just an extension of a good game. So.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, I just got distracted by other stuff, so I never beat one. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I should just beat the first before I get into this.
Yep.
Neither one of us have experience with this, but isn't it weird Half-Life Alyx came out?
It's insanely weird that they decided to make that a VR game. Half-Life Alyx, like, weird kind of sequel to Half-Life 2 stuff, like, weird, super weird.
I don't know anything about it other than it's a VR Half-Life game in 2020, and I'm like, what the fuck, are you sure?
I don't understand Valve's, like, weird, like, video game system at all.
It's because that, like, Steam makes a shit ton of money. Like, why do we need to make our own?
But then it's just like, why not just license that stuff out then at that point?
Totally.
Then, like, just make money off your IPs then, why not? That's just extra money in the bank for you. Like, a lot of people would pay a lot of money for Left 4 Dead or Portal. Or,
Half-Life.
like, Half-Life,
Yeah. Totally. Do you give any shit about the Panzer Dragoon series?
I played one on the Dreamcast. My dad owned one on the Dreamcast I used to play. I thought it was super good. That's my extent of that.
Gonna go ahead and call you a liar. Did he have it on Xbox?
I don't believe so, no. I'm pretty sure I played a Panzer Dragoon game on either the Saturn or the
Oh,
Dreamcast.
okay. Saturn then, because there's 3 of them on Saturn and 1 of them on Xbox.
Gotcha. Then it was Saturn. Yeah, I had it for like a hot minute. He got rid of it really fast after, but I do remember playing that.
Sure.
Yeah, on one of the yeah, I guess it was Saturn. That's my bad.
No, yeah. I honestly was shocked that you had a fucking Saturn at one point.
Yeah, I mean I have one now too, but yeah, I did have one as a kid.
I don't have any of the cords for it, but I have one now too.
Yeah, but yeah, no, as a kid I did. I played a lot of Dead or Alive
Cool.
and Panzer Dragoon on it. Yeah.
Right on. Do you like Panzer Dragoon?
Oh, that was fun. I liked it. Yeah.
They remade the first one, and I picked it up immediately and have yet to play it because I'm just a dunce. But I'm really excited to give that one a look-see because I've always
I remember it being a really fun little on-rails, it's like a little on-rail shooter kind of thing. Like, yeah, I remember it being fun.
I played Orta on Xbox, and it just kicked the fucking shit out of me. So
yeah, I don't believe I made it through many levels in that game as a child. I think I made like 2 or 3 maybe levels tops. So
yeah,
I remember it being kind of hard.
Where's this other worm at? Oh, there it is. Oh, you're way up top still. I'm on the bottom. Okay. Then Persona 5 Royale is a really weird piece of shit. There's no DLC pack for Persona 5, but like Persona 5 Royale is just an expanded version of it.
Right. Yeah, so just buy our game
Persona
again.
5 at $60, and then you bought Persona 5 Royale at $60. You're a sucker.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that really sucks, honestly, for fans of that series. Just to be like, or fans of that game, just be like, yeah, you're not going to get this content, or pay us this like same amount of money for a game again. It just makes you not want to buy things new, like when they first come out. Just wait on it.
There's so many things.
Yeah, like
they both pressure you into like you got to get it day one, and also they're just like, bro, if you get it day one, you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. But yeah, it's a really good game, and I've heard the Royal content adds more good stuff. It just makes a great game better, so it just is the definitive version. So if you didn't get it yet, that's the version you get, and yeah. Persona 5 is pretty good. Got a really great style.
Yeah.
You know, we were gonna do the top 5 games at the end, but 3 of them are the same between us. We can just like kind of talk about them now. Like
yeah, we could hit this one up. Yeah.
Okay,
so yeah, this is one of the 5. Yeah.
Yeah, one of our best games of the year is just a fucking no-brainer. Animal Crossing: New Horizons for Switch.
Yeah.
What else could it like? Yeah, that game was perfect for.
It came out at the actual perfect time, like it could have ever come out. Honestly, it was just like smack dab, right at the beginning of like a lockdown situation where it's just like, oh, everybody's just got to we can't be in contact with each other, and it was the best way to just like be like, well, you can still have Easter with your buddies, like, or a birthday over the thing.
Oh, Easter, specifically Easter, the best holiday.
Right.
All them eggs.
Dude, all those eggs.
Fuck Bunny Day.
Yeah, dude, I got all of them last year. Got all of
me
stuff
too.
last year. So stupid.
Me too.
I was so stressed out towards the end of it.
I know. And I've given up because they've made them even more obscure because you have to like... You can only get them out of balloons, and I'm not going to play enough to find balloons to get
Oh my gosh,
recipes.
dude, the balloons ones were the worst. So yeah,
yeah, that's how all the newest events have been. Or it's just like Turkey Day, show up on Turkey Day and do the thing like 4 or 5 times and you get most of the stuff.
Yeah, Animal Crossing's weird for me because while it simultaneously is one of my favorites of the year, I also died off on it really hardcore, like I think like 4 months into this game. Where I just was like,
Animal Crossing, despite how much good stuff they add. They added so many good ideas like terraforming, and then hit the portal.
Okay. It looks like they're all the same.
Items.
Grabbing 2, yeah.
Just take them and hit the portal. I don't want to waste my time getting back up there.
Cool.
Yeah, but they made it so much more annoying. Hanging out with people, which was like the whole point of the game, is annoying.
Right.
There's so many restrictions still, despite the fact that you can now terraform the whole island. So many just user interface issues that are just so basic, and like you didn't think to put a shortcut to this action type thing, like just ease of use type shit.
Yeah, I've noticed also
frankly
with these
pathetic.
games, like they've really moved kind of hardcore away. And this might just be me. Maybe I'm wrong in this, so tell me if I am. But it feels
Okay,
like the
I'm getting
villagers
ready.
don't matter as much as the very first game. Like the very first one, I felt like the villagers were a big deal. You wanted to talk to them all the time. Like you know, learn them. They gave you quests and stuff. Like you did shit for them. This one, like you kind of do shit for people, but for the most part, from what I found, you like can give them an item and they'll give you something, or like you'll randomly find a thing that's lost.
Yep.
Like, and that's pretty much that's it. Like,
I'm nodding with a concerned look on my face because I agree 100%, but at the same time, I was much younger when I played Animal Crossing, so
right?
I don't know how much of that
That's
was
why I
me.
was saying if I'm wrong, definitely let me know. Because yeah, when I was younger, that might be the
But
deal.
I feel the exact same way, where I just do not give a shit. They feel like they just say more can, like, they're less, in Animal Crossing 1, from what I recall, and I played this earlier this year, actually, because I got so hyped for New Horizons in January a little bit. I just got the Facebook memory. I started up a Animal Crossing 1 file, and so I played a little bit of it recently. And yeah, they each feel like individual animals, whereas in this one it feels more like, oh, this is a sassy neighbor, this is a nerdy neighbor.
That right there, yep. And you could get
like
the issues. You can
neighbors.
get the same type of neighbor, and then it's just like, dude, I have a bunch of clones running around. Like they say the same thing. Like it's like okay,
I have 2 jocks in my town.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Big
yeah,
it's
like
just, they're the same character pretty much.
But yeah, you want to move on to April?
Yeah. Yeah, real quick, just Animal Crossing. It is a great game still. I do recommend it. I think that the Animal Crossing that I like hoped would eventually come out isn't going to.
Right. It's
also hashtag free Brewster.
Yeah, no, seriously, Brewster was one of my favorite things that they. Dude, he was like that. I think that's the other part of that is there's a lot of I guess we'll jump back into Animal Crossing real fast. There's a lot of characters that I liked.
I was just thinking.
Yeah, they nixed a bunch of people that were pretty cool. Red came back eventually, but like the way he came back is just kind of like okay, like yeah, Brewster's just gone.
For Rare.
Yeah,
for Red.
I just don't like how rare he is to come, and then on top of that, most of his items are. It's just like, oh, okay, like.
I wish he was more of like a weekly caravan who randomly came once a week instead of like not guaranteed. Because yeah, they just added him in. Because how it works is you get 2 visitors a week, and that could be you could just get Gulliver once, and that's 1/2 of your fucking visitors that week. That's lame as shit. Gulliver sucks in that game, especially.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he really
Gulliver.
does. He really does in that game. That was everybody. Yeah, everything just seems a little worse. Like all the characters do, honestly. Like I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, not. Well, no, because I guess they had this before, but I do appreciate Blathers has a just like, do you want me to tell you instead of yeah. But I think that was really only an issue in the very first game.
Yeah, I only really ever felt it in the first one.
But yeah, and I've got a lot more little problems with that game. Despite everything, it is still a good time. I still played a lot of it. Unlike you, around Christmas time, sorry. Around October till Christmas is when I kind of got back into it. I still haven't played Christmas, and I do plan on time traveling back to play that stuff, but I just haven't yet. So I haven't played it because I don't feel like doing Christmas right now.
Right. That's kind of where I'm at, is I probably will end up time traveling back to do October and Christmas, because I just haven't touched them, and then I'll probably put the game down again for a while, but yeah. It's on my Switch to just play every so often. I do pop in and just stick around in my town, but, I mean,
so like some new stuff came out, and you're interested in picking up for a while, like, so, should we just call that like a Kate Bishop? Like, you got Kate Bishops?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's just like the trend of 2020.
It really is.
Yeah. Anyway, that was just a fever dream. Sorry, audience.
Yeah.
We'll guide you back to safety.
Right back into
the safety of April.
Yeah, there you go.
Right back into Disaster Report 4 Summer Memories. Have you played any of the Disaster Report games?
So I have not. I watched the two best friends play one of them on the Wii.
Yeah.
And
Didn't you go all the
I
fuck out on
have
that?
the one for the Wii. Yeah. And it is the only way you can get that is importing it, and then you have to hack the Wii system to get it to play. But I have like I have it all set up, but didn't play it. I set it all up, and then just got exhausted with the whole process and did not play it. I picked that up, and I also picked up I think a Fatal Frame game that was just only Japanese as well. But yeah, yep. But yeah, no.
Disaster Report's pretty cool. Disaster Report 4 isn't as good as previous entries, kind of mirroring a little bit of that Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Disaster Report's just a game series where you're in a city. Oh my god, an earthquake went down.
Disaster.
And you gotta get out.
Yep.
A flood. And, like, it has realistic-ish... This one's a little more anime looking, which is part of the problem, because, like, yeah. I think the PS2 Wii ones were the best.
Yep.
Entries.
Yeah.
But it's a fun little weird Japanese series. Speaking of fun little Japanese series, Final Fantasy VII Remake is a game I couldn't care less about.
Yeah, so I was this sucked. So when the very first teaser trailer dropped, the very first, so Final Fantasy VII, like a lot of
back
people,
in like 4th grade.
I don't know if it was 4th grade for the remake. Was that? No, that's not right.
Yeah, the remake. No, I'm just saying how long it is.
Yeah.
Because it was on PS3.
Yeah, no, way back when the first teaser trailer for this dropped, it literally gave me goosebumps. I was like, hyped for this. I was like, oh my gosh, the music stopped playing. Like, I was like, oh, yeah.
Hang on a second. Are you talking the first actual trailer? Are you talking about that PS3 demo where they were just showing off what the PS3 was capable of, and it was Final Fantasy VII's intro?
That Final Fantasy VII's intro. Super hyped for it.
That then set them up to make the remake.
Yep. Yeah, I got so excited. I was like, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, and I was in a GameStop during the time, and like I remember everybody stopped to watch this stupid thing because it just popped on, and we were like all just like, oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, and then it came out, and I didn't pick it up because they started splitting into episodes, and then it was this and that, and then my brother told me about the plot of that, which I will not share here in case that's still spoiler grounds right now, but
are you talking about just the addition of ghosts, or specifically like what happens at the ending?
A lot of that, the ghosts, the ending, like, the
ending is the part that makes me, I just don't care. I did end up picking it up on sale because it's not
probably
my favorite Final Fantasy, but I do like Final Fantasy VII a lot, so I want to see this.
I will eventually get it. I know I will. But yeah, it was one of those where I just kind of had to stop myself from just like being way overly hyped about it, because it's like, oh, okay. Also, my brother lied to me, and he was like, oh, I'm going to get the physical copies, don't even worry about it, bro. And then bought it on digital. Yeah.
Nice.
So I allocated resources to other stuff at that time, because I was like, I'll just play it via his version, that's perfect, don't have to buy it. And didn't happen, so I'll end up picking it up. But
yeah, I'm up to like, I don't know, chapter 9 or so. I've put in like a decent amount of time, but not a ton. It's fine. I don't like the new actiony, like Final Fantasy 15 had it too type Final Fantasy battles. I don't care for that.
Well, yeah, I think that, but didn't that start up with 12 a bit? 12 kind of divvied into that like a tiny bit.
12 is more just an MMO.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think that, it was the break from just straight turn-based, like where you just are static, was weird for me.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, they've always had a little bit of, like, it was the active time battle. Like, since 4, they added an active element to the game, unless you set it to wait like me, because you're a pussy.
Right. Yeah, I guess that is true.
Chest, damn.
Oh. Sorry.
No worries. I just saw it, and you were going for it anyway.
I got a thing that makes me jump higher, and I've got like 5 jumps, and now I can just jump everywhere.
Hold square and you'll smash down, too.
Oh. I mean, I don't know who would ever want to do that, but yeah, alright.
No, why would you want to quickly
Yeah, why would you want to jump around either? Okay, Magnaworms, sorry, real fast. Magnaworms is a lame boss after we fought 1 billion Magnaworms in this level.
Dude, I hate magma worms, and we fought like 4 so far.
Yeah.
It's very annoying. This is a very bad RNG this round. Like, I'm doing pretty good power-wise and stuff.
Yep.
But, yeah, I totally agree. I'm tired of fucking magma worms. I've never liked magma worms. I don't want them now.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess, just hop on back into April, yeah? Want to talk about...
Real quick,
yeah.
Phantasy Star Online 2. Phantasy Star Online was a massively popular MMO that a lot of my friends played back in the day before I had internet access, really.
So, fun fact. I own Phantasy Star Online for the GameCube, right?
Yeah.
And me and my brother played this game. No internet.
Yeah, no, you don't need internet for it, no.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's a weird game to play with just one player, no internet.
Yeah.
Like, it was fun, but it was very strange. Like,
yeah, it's a strange grind. Yeah, most of my friends played it offline, actually.
Yeah, it's super strange, weird game to do it that way. I was kind of excited when 2 came out, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll actually do this, and I never picked it up. Story of my life.
Totally. Where's the time for it?
Right.
But yeah, it's cool that they came out and they like actually translated it. And it's only like 3 or 4 or maybe 5 updates behind the Japanese versions. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's not bad.
There's been a lot of updates. So it's like not a lot comparatively. Trials of Mana, they remade like the sequel to Secret of Mana. I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know how to say it, but Seiken Densetsu 3, I think is how it's pronounced.
Sure, that sounds good. That sounded right.
That
was a good try, man. Even if it's not right, I want to let you know that sounded really good.
I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now more self-conscious about it because of how you brought that up. I appreciate it.
Sorry. I have a tough time saying shit like that, so I was impressed by just how you just threw something out you didn't have in front of you. To be honest, like that's where I was thinking about that, so wasn't meant that way. Yeah,
I appreciate it, brother. Pretty sure it's Seiken Densetsu 3, but whatever. It's the Secret of Mana sequel, and it never got released, but everyone like emulated it. It was one of the first fan translations, and everyone was just like, "Holy fuck, this game's amazing!" And it not only got translated last year, I think, just like a port, but then they remade it in 3D, and they remade Secret of Mana in 3D and did a piss fucking poor job of it. It's just a bad fucking time all around. And, like, it works, but it's just work. It feels like you're playing a shitty 3D phone game, and it's just like, they took, like, your game, like, this is my game, and then they just butchered it. Like, it wasn't my game for me, but just, like, a lot of people were like, why did you do this? Like, right. It was like Perfect Dark Zero. Like, what did you do?
Oh, man, yeah, gotta get those enforcers.
Right. But Trails of Mana had a 3D remake that was actually really good, and it's pretty faithful. Some of the voice acting is goddamn horrendous because they have like a Japanese female fairy character, and they do the just ultra high pitched "What are you doing? This is like a 20-hour game. I don't want to hear this for 20 hours" type shit. But I was just happy that they actually put fucking effort in after Secret of Mana was such a clear, just like, fucking kid, give me that money.
Give me the cash.
This is Secret of Mana. Don't you want to be famous, honey?
Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Trials of Mana. Good time. Both of you can get the Collection of Mana on Switch, which has the port for the SNES, Super Famicom, whatever the fuck, version. Or this 3D remake that's on all the modern systems. Next up is Gears Tactics, which I did not play, but this is the one Gears game I'm most excited to try.
Yeah, Gears Tactics, yeah. I played a good portion of Gears of War games. I'm down for a Tactics version of that. That does sound like, honestly, a pretty good time. I mean, not as good as the really Funko Pop one, but, like, you know, decent.
Right. Yeah. Well, once you Funko Pop,
you can't.
Funko don't stop. Once you pop, the Funko don't stop.
There you go. There you go. That's perfect. There you go.
I knew there was something in there.
Yeah, there's
out.
something in that joke, and after you buried it, you pulled it back out. So that was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gears Tactics though. Yep.
You like Gears?
I think that Gears is
Gears fan?
It's the perfect $5 junk food game. That's what I've only ever bought them for $5. Anytime I'd like
Gears is $5 is it's just very weird. It's very Halo-esque, and it's just I've always seen those series. I know they're not related at all, but I've always felt like Gears was just like, we're like Halo too.
I'm not a huge fan of cover shooters is the other thing. Like I'm just really not my genre is like a cover shooter. So I'm just like, right. I mean, it's one of those games. I've played Gears 1, 2, and 3. So I played the original trilogy of them, I guess. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think that the most fun I had playing that game was with Daniel Silva. Me and him just screamed Coltrane Baby over and over again as we were playing Gears 3. Like that was it was the height of that. And I remember his brother being super pissed off because he's like, "Are you mocking Gears 3?" Like, yeah, bro, there's not a lot to not mock here, so yeah, that is what's happening. Like,
right.
Dude, well, if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. I was like, dude, I don't not like it. It's just not. This isn't a masterpiece of gaming.
It's junk
food. It's a Fast and the Furious kind of game. Like, it's a movie that you just put on and you watch, and it's whatever.
I'm not, because I haven't seen them, but you could be a fan of Fast and Furious and be like, it's dumb shit. Like,
dude, I am a fan of Fast and the Furious. I like those movies, but I wouldn't seek them out, and I also wouldn't, I guess, recommend them to people as dude, you gotta watch Fast and Furious. I'd be like, yeah, dude, Fast and Furious, that's kind of fun. Like, if you're down for just a whatever movie, watch it.
Right.
Fun time. Like,
that's appropriate.
Yeah. But yeah, Gears Tactics, interested to see how that works. I played Halo Wars for a bit, and since we brought that series up, that was pretty fun. It was a tacticsy kind of RTS game.
That's real time, and this one's a turn-based tactics game.
But
I've heard good things about it, and it looks fun.
Yeah, it turned out well. So I think this one will turn out good too. I'm sure it was fun.
Yeah, the Halo Wars 1 and 2 I want to play those as well. But I just brought it up because it's just weird. Because, it's not it's a third-person cover shooter, it's not a first-person shooter at all.
Right.
But they felt like competitors to me.
Oh, it is weird. They are the big two for Xbox. Really, when you think of Xbox exclusives, those are the big two everybody brings up is Gears and Halo.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
And Battletoads.
Good old nuts and bolts, yeah.
Yeah. Some nutty boldies.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go back to fucking Predator's hunting grounds. I actually don't mind Predator hunting grounds. Okay, before, just real quick, I'll just get my spiel out. You can get your spiel out. We'll move on. It's not great. I'm not gonna buy it. We played it on a free weekend. I feel like it got the Predator feeling across okay. It's fine. It's a garbage little game. Maybe for free on PSN I might play more of it. I would play it more than I would play Friday the 13th, which only makes sense in the context of our group. But if you think about it, it can make sense to you too.
So I will say one nice thing. One nice thing about it. I would also play this game over Friday the 13th. Beyond that, this game was the most just bullshitty whatever thing I've ever, I did not care at all what was happening. I never felt like the Predator was intimidating to me, even when he was killing me. I ran up to the thing and shot it in the face 25 times, killed it. Mm-hmm. The enemies, the actual stupid army men they put in that game to, pretend you're in battle, don't shoot it. They didn't shoot at me half the time. They just stood there and let me shoot them in the face, which I also thought was insanely boring. The game bored me to death. I haven't been bored like that by a game in a long time.
I know.
It, oh my gosh. I tried. I did try. I did give her a shot, and I couldn't, after a few games of that, give it any more shots or care. And I did better. I did way better when I stopped caring, because I just would run at the Predator and just kill him. And I guess I killed him now. Cool. I guess I guess one nice thing I'll say about Friday the 13th is I did feel, at least when Jason was about, I was like, oh shit, that's Jason. Like, and was kind of like, oh fuck, gotta get away, run. Whereas with the Predator, I just was like, oh yeah, there he is. Neat. Like, or like was at, you know, I don't know. Like, I can't say enough bad about that game. I did not like it. I did not have a good time. I think that the developer of these games should, like, maybe stop with the games.
Oh yeah, they are the same dev, huh?
Yeah, it's the same dev. Like, made 2 bad games that are the same.
Yeah.
Like, you need to stop, bro. Stop ruining licenses.
Bro,
because
hang on, real quick. Objectively speaking only, just objectively speaking, you knew what the fuck you were supposed to be goddamn doing in Predator. I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to be doing half the time in fucking Friday the 13th.
And like I said, I would rather play that one than Friday the 13th. I was just given
than just like bamboozled and bored.
Yeah, bamboozled and bored. Yeah. But I think this developer needs to stop because I am worried.
Stop.
Well, here's the thing. This is the things that worry me about this. So they make a Friday the 13th game, right? Now you can't put Jason in Dead by Daylight, a much superior game. They make a Predator game. Now we can't, like, when's the next time we're gonna get a Predator game? Because this one probably, I doubt this sold well. Like,
to be fair, they lost the Friday the 13th exclusivity thing, man.
That's good. I'm glad they should lose more licenses and maybe the studio.
If you remember, they weren't even allowed to update the game anymore.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. I remember now it's not even, they can't even have it online as far as I'm aware. They're just like, it's just dead now. Which is good. That's where it should be, along with the Predator game and the studio.
Oh no, they just got rid of the servers, but you can still have like friendly servers. That's what it really is.
Good. Yeah. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's what you always wanted.
Yeah, they should stop. They should just stop.
They should. They're bad.
They're bad. They just,
Yeah, they're they don't make great games.
Nope.
I will say though, I don't necessarily agree with you. When Jason showed up, I just felt like, oh, I lost.
Okay, well, so I mean, yeah, and there you go. Like, that's not a good feeling either.
Jason,
yeah,
I guess that is how Jason would in real life. If I was just like, oh, it's Jason Voorhees, I lost.
I lost. Yeah.
Yeah, unless I just luck out and I'm one of those random ones where he's like, whatever. But I feel like that's Michael Myers way more often than Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, I do too.
Anyway,
and on a high note,
April is a game that I'll talk more in depth about later, I guess, because I do want to talk about stuff at the end and not just end it on whatever December leaves us with. But Streets of Rage 4 came out in April.
Yep.
It's good. Get it?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm jumping bad. Jumping bad.
If you like beat 'em ups, or even if you don't, it's a fantastic little time. Which brings us into May.
Yep.
Let's see. You played at least one of these, 2 of these.
Mm-hmm.
You played 2 of these and have access to at least one.
Right.
You wanna kick that off? Or do you want me to do, like... Because I could do a quick rundown of a lot of these.
Yeah, hit your quick rundown. Hit your quick rundown.
Alright, so these are a bunch of games I'm interested in that I have not yet had the chance to play, for whatever reason. John Wick Hex is a really cool looking, like, kinda Hotline Miami-ish game where you're John Wick. And you have like a bullet time thing where when you're... No, it's kind of like Super Hot mixed with Hotline Miami. Because when you're not moving, they're not moving, and that's how you, like... That's how they emulate John Wick's, like, perfection.
Right.
Because he's able to, like, in between the moments, like, plan and, like, aim his shit, and so that's how you're able to get through that game. And it just looks really good. Well, visually it looks like indie bullshit, but it looks like a really good time. The art style's fine. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, so that game actually was weird to me, because when I first saw it, I was like, wow, they made a shitty, weird tie-in game for John Wick. What a strange fucking thing. And then when I started learning more about it, I was like, oh, this is an actual game? Like, this is a real game that's, like, actually good? Weird. Yeah, and so, yeah, it's one of the ones I've actually also wanted to pick up here, because I saw it and I was like, oh, wow, that's a real thing. It's a real thing they made. Neat.
Oh, yeah. Void Bastards is a cooperative, like, Borderlands-ish roguelike shooter, where you're, like, on a space colony, and every time you die, you get, like, a choice of, like, 4 or 5 like space void bastards as they call them. They're just like prisoners. And yeah, it's just like a roguelike shooter and space with a cool art style and
That's the cell
it's
shaded
just,
one, right? It's got the
yeah, it's got a really cool art style too.
yeah, okay. I do remember hearing about that. I remember I saw the art style, and anytime I see shell shaded, it gives me a Killer 7 vibe, and I just get excited about it no matter what. Like it's like dingy, kind of darkish cell shaded look. Like I like it.
Oh, gotta go.
Oh, we
Yep, this way.
Shit.
Yep. Deep Rock Galactic. This is one I don't have a fucking system for it, but oh my god, it's just a really great looking 4-player co-op experience where you're 4 dwarves mining planets, and you just go in, kill monsters, get loot, get drunk, go back for more. It looks fun as fuck.
Yeah, you showed me the video on that in prep for this, and yeah, I didn't know anything about it until I saw that video, and the minute I started watching that video, I was like, oh, I'd be down for this. This looks like a real good time.
Right. The next one, Umurangi Generation, another game, I just don't have it. Apparently it's coming to Switch, so my console plebeian ass will be able to play it. But it is just like a cyberpunk kind of post-apocalyptic, not really, mostly just cyberpunk, like dystopian, dystopian more than post-apocalyptic. Game where the world's kind of fucked and you're just a kid with a photo camera and you got to go around like getting types of pictures. Without a visual, it's really hard to like explain like the visual delight. When Matt talks on it in a second, I think he'll be able to express that too. But it just looks amazing, and it's like a really in-depth, like it's like Pokemon Snap, but if you had like a real camera and you could move around the city and you can like literally like crouch or lie down, or you can like climb up high to like get a high shot. You can change lenses. It's what I wanted from a Pokemon sequel, but it's set in like a cyberpunk world, which is just as well. That's even cooler. You can get some really cool vignettes.
Yeah, this was another one. There's a list of stuff that Adam showed me right before this. Well, not right before this, but in prep for this, because I wanted to know about some of them. And this is one of those games, like, this is kind of like, I like games like this, because it's one of those games I did not know that I wanted until, like, I saw it and was like, oh, yeah, I'm really, really, really down for that. Cool. But yeah, no, when he showed me, it's really pretty. Like, just like the landscapes, the whole world looks really great just to mess around in, and it sets itself up really nicely for take pictures here. Like, just mess around, do whatever you want, just take pictures. Like,
and it is getting a Switch port, and it will have some kind of gyroscope control.
That's cool.
Yeah. Monster Train is a PC game. Also, congrats on the win, bro. You were there this time.
Nice.
Monster Train is another roguelike game for PC in early access, I think. But the angels are coming to hell to extinguish every last light. And you're the demons, and you don't want that. So you have taken the last light of hell, you put it on a train, and you're just speeding the fuck around hell as angels are constantly assailing the train, and you have to use like cards to set up monsters on each level of your train, because for some reason the train is stacked instead of being like an actual train. Don't know why, but whatever. So yeah, it's like a card game roguelike with a really cool premise, and just they're trying to snuff out the flames of hell, which is your health bar essentially, and you're just trying to stop heaven from succeeding.
That sounds cool.
Yep. Maneater, did you play this yet?
Nope, I wanted to in prep, but yeah, cool. I didn't.
Maneater's an open world shark game. That's all there is to say about it.
Dude, great. It literally, it's fun. Just Jaws, the open world shark game, looks super cool.
Mm-hmm. So I've been talking for a minute. Why don't you tell people why they should play Wonderful 101?
Wonderful 101. Okay, so Wonderful 101 is super. It's just fun. Like, it's actually just like a fun little time. You got a bunch of little guys you control. You can make bigger guys with them. You beat things up. It's remastered, which made me mad a little bit because it's another one of those Wii U games that got remastered. I'm just like, I should buy that, but I am not going to, just because I don't think they added enough to warrant a second buy. So if you already have it, I wouldn't recommend buying it again. unless you really
Right.
just need to play it on the Switch for some real weird ass reason, which I can understand, but you shouldn't do it.
But we're also 2/3 of the Wii U install base right here, so.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But if not, it's just another great like. Oh, I want to say it's Platinum that made this. Still,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I didn't. Yeah, but the developers slipped me. But it's another good just Platinum action game, and Platinum's just really good at this type of game. Uh, it's a good time, and it's got a lot of just like character. It's got a bunch of cheat codes now. It adds in like Bayonetta and different guys like that, which is cool. And the cheat codes are just like they released them. Like, hey, here's like a cool little thing you can do now. Slowly, so that's neat as well. Have you played Wonderful 101 at all?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's a hesitant.
The Wonderful
Yeah.
101 had a very annoying control scheme to me, and I just kind of bounced off of it because of that. I didn't get into the... It felt non-intuitive to me, and if I don't have intuitive controls, I kind of bounce off shit. Star Fox Zero, same problem. That was much worse.
you.
Much worse. But
I think I just liked the
drawing the different shapes. I really struggled to draw the shapes with the right stick. Like,
oh, I got you.
Yeah, so
yeah,
when I
the
needed to
world
do, like, the sword
itself
maneuver
gave me
Yes.
just like enough get up and go for it. I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna get into this. Like, I'm gonna force it myself. But I do understand where you're going with that because I did not enjoy that aspect of it during that part of it. I was like, I gotta draw the little shape thing. Okay, but
from everyone, and from what I've experienced, because I beat the tutorial on level 1, and they were great, but just, I was like, this is fucking not working right. And that could have been totally user error. I'm not blaming the game for that. Maybe a little bit, but
tiny bit.
yeah, from everybody I've heard from, it's just another excellent It's one of the good Platinum action games, because if you know anything about Platinum, they got an A, and they've got like a D team.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I'd recommend getting it, and even supporting it, even if you did already get it, if you have the means to. Not because there's more content, but just because it's a great fucking game that deserves it, even despite me.
It does. I think they did this via Kickstarter too, if I'm right.
They did.
So I mean, that was kind of cool. I almost did pick it up. I think that I didn't have cash during the time, and then I just like convinced myself afterwards, like, you really don't need to have it again. No. Yeah,
it really sucks. It's one of those things. Yet again, capitalism just rears its ugly head. Like, you're not supporting this with money; it's never going to happen again. But also, like, I own this, like, almost exactly. Actually, I think exactly. Because, yeah, the code unlock characters like Bayonetta, they still need a code to unlock.
Right. Yep.
So, or you just unlock them naturally. I think you get them later in the game. Beyond that, did you play a little bitch baby game called Minecraft Dungeons?
I did. So my kid, I got this for Christmas, actually, for my kid. But it was twofold, because I actually also wanted to really check this out, because I was like, that looks actually kind of fun. And it is strange to me. It is a good time, I would say. Like, I have very much enjoyment to it. I think the level system is unique and kind of fun. You just get enchantments, and you just level up your equipment. You know, there's no leveling up for your guy. Level up your equipment, break down the equipment, you get all those level ups. You can put it into different equipment. Super neat. It's short, and it is super simple. It's like 2-3 button presses of game. But it does give you the feeling of being in the Minecraft world, but like actual. It's like a dungeon crawler in Minecraft world, and they do a good job of it. Minecraft lends itself to that pretty well. Like, just the creatures and everything they have, the mobs are good for that. And it's a really good, if you've got a kid, I highly recommend it. It's a good little, just quick, put it in, and the kid's going to know what to do pretty fast. They're not going to get super overwhelmed or confused. It's a my first, like, dungeon crawler.
I got one thing to say to that. Objection! They did not, in fact, do a good job of taking the Minecraft world and putting it into a fucking Diablo-style looter, man. I completely disagree with that. They did a great job aesthetically of making the world look as if you're in Minecraft, but they did not at all combine the aspects of Minecraft into that. They had bombs randomly, not a single bombable wall. You can't affect terrain, and I'm not wanting to affect every piece of terrain, obviously, but, like, there should be some places where it's like, oh, here's a secret route, maybe, or like something like that. There's zero instances of that in that game, and that made me very upset.
I see what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. Yeah, I guess I semi agree. They could have done, I guess, more with the actual environment, like interactivity with it. And I guess
I'm
even just
strictly
with,
saying combining Minecraft as a game with a
yeah,
Diablo looter as a game together, they did a bad job. They did a great job of taking the aesthetic of Minecraft and slapping it over a loot. It is
yeah,
a. I agree with everything else that you said. It is a fine my first dungeon crawler. Me and David played it. You forgot to mention that one of the reasons. I mean, you got it for your kid, obviously, because you want to play with your kid. But like me and David had played it prior, and I was like, it's not bad
yep, yeah.
because it's not bad. Not great though. It's just fine. Speaking of, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, whew, that's a game that you're like intimidated by, aren't you?
Super, yeah. So I have Xenoblade Chronicles 1 on the
Yeah.
Wii, and I haven't
Mm-hmm.
picked up any of the rest of them since then because, yeah, I didn't play it on the Wii. I was busy playing, oh my gosh, what was it? Last something. It was another one of the three
Last
games that,
story.
yeah, Last Story. I was busy playing Last Story during that time, and then I ended
Mm.
up just playing other shit after that. Uh, but yeah, that's a cool series only because it was brought over from Project Rainfall, and it was the only series that succeeded out of the three they brought over. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's got from what I hear, they are massive games with a lot of content, and yeah, scare me time wise. I'm just like, whoo boy, and like at this point, like I probably will end up picking Definitive Edition eventually because at this point, yeah, I want to play the first one before I even go on to the other ones, and right there.
Right. So I played through halfway through Xenoblade Chronicles 1 on Wii, and it was very fun, but also all right. I really like the world and characters and story. Those are all top tier. Combat is all right. It's kind of MMO-y. It's like directionally based, and like you have to be on a certain side of different characters for different effects to trigger, and then you have to like break before you can topple, before you can down. Like you gotta do stuff in order like that.
Right.
So it's like very just like play each character how they're supposed to be played, and it's fun. And like the world's massive, the story is like very excellent, and like it it starts off with just like these guys live in a cool setting, and then goes to just like what is even the universe? Like it's typical JRPG shit, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
but it's a good. I recommend it. It's really good. I've played that 2 and X, a little bit of each, and I've been honestly jonesing recently to just play through that series, not all at once, but just finish Xenoblade 1 or finish X, because that one's totally separate, and 2 is like 2 and 1 are basically in parallel worlds that have very little to do with each other, but every once in a while you're like, oh.
Hmm.
And by every once in a while I mean like the end of the game.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. So, of course, we've hit midnight. What do you want to do?
Let's break for just a minute and just maybe we'll two-part
Okay.
this thing, if that's Joe.
Okay, so real quick, thanks everybody for watching. This has been part 1 of our look back on 2020. We'll look through the first 5 months. In part 2, we'll get back into June, and we'll finish it off with what our top picks for the year were. Thanks, as always, for coming to visit the Roost. This has been your host, Adam.
Gah! This has been Matt.
Have a wonderful life, everyone.
Have a roost of a time, guys.